Hey everybody, Reviews Empire here with my very first video ever. Today I'll be reviewing the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 1993 Megazord. This was the be-all end-all toy of the 1990s, back when Power Rangers was really popular. I remember trying to get one of these. I had to look everywhere and I never got it. But in the words of Step Brothers, why would we have a toy when we're a kid when we can have it when we're 40? Yeah. Well, I'm not 40, but I'm not a kid either. Anyway, on to the review. First up, we have the Red Ranger's Tyrannosaurus. This was piloted by Jason in the show. Yeah, not much to say about it. It's kind of a plastic block with a little bit of articulation, about as much as you can expect from a Power Ranger toy. You can move the arms up and down, open the mouth. Yeah. You can bend the knees a little bit and kind of move the leg back, but if you move them both back too much, it'll pop the tail out. So, you can also press the little button and move the knee joint, but that's pretty much just for the Dino-Zord tank mode, or whatever it's called. Yeah. Often lost thing is the tail tip. Make sure you have that if you're planning on buying this toy. Yeah, that's about it for him. Up next is the Mastodon. This is the Black Ranger's Zord, obviously. It was piloted by Zach. Yeah, it's kind of another piece of plastic. Not really much articulation, but you can move the tusk a little bit. You can kind of move that. Yeah. Trunk moves. Yeah, god-awful stickers that are not accurate at all to Super Sentai, but hey, Bandai America, what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's about it for him. Next is the Pterodactyl. This was the Pink Ranger Zord, even though it's got no pink whatsoever on it. Piloted by Kimberly in the show. Yeah, all you can pretty much do is move the head back and forth and flap its pew wings a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Saber-toothed Tiger. This is my favorite Zord. It's got the most posability out of all of them. It was the Yellow Ranger Zord piloted by Trini in the show. Yeah, it's got ratchet joints, full motion all the way back and to here. This was basically just for transformation purposes, but it can move there. It's got wheels on the bottom, and those are used during the tank mode. And it's also got a little laser tail. Yeah, okay, I guess that's kind of cool. And yeah, I like this Zord best because it was had the most posability. You can move the little saber teeth too, I guess. And then you have Billy's Triceratops. Okay. You can move the head a little bit. Often lost are these horns. Make sure it has that. He's got a spring action tail. Only thing is, mine likes to pop up a lot. What are you going to do? It's like a 20-year-old toy. Yeah, lasers can point forward. They use that in the show every once in a while. And he's got treads, but they're solid pieces of plastic. The only thing you can use are these four little wheels on the bottom. Those are alright. Yeah, that's about it for the individual Zords. I guess now you just gotta bring them all together and form the abomination of the tank. So yeah, you just want to start off by folding the Triceratops' tail up. You want to go ahead and fold the legs in on the Sabertooth. I just like to put the teeth up for Megazord mode. pretty much just take off the cannon feet and leave it for now. Put those aside. And then you want to take the Tyrannosaurus and fold in his legs, pull his tail up a little bit, put his arms up, and then I just go ahead and push the little black buttons. And this allows the Tyrannosaurus to stay up a little better and have the feet completely parallel when it's rolling across the ground. But I guess you can leave it the other way if you wanted to. Whatever floats your boat, right? And then you just want to take the Mastodon, rip his head off. Yeah, it's kind of brutal. Poor little Zach and his Zord get the shaft a lot. Leave the shoulder pads like they are, move the feet back, and rip him in half. Oh, you gotta love those graphic little TV shows for kids back in the day. Anyway, go ahead and fit them together. There's little grooves that fit in the back of the Tyrannosaurus and clips. You want to clip it in on the side like that, and then go ahead and take the tail. There's a little tab back here. You want to go ahead and tab that in. And you attach the Zords. I'm pretty sure the blue one goes on this leg. I don't know, I'll have to watch. Anyway, I don't think it really matters. They basically sit in like this, and this is what you got so far. Then you want to take each cannon and plug them into the holes in the Mastodon's feet. Feetums, feetsies, whatever you want to call them. I don't know. And then finally, well, I guess not finally, but I don't even care about the pterodactyl. Who cares? You want to tab in the Mastodon head shield thing, and I don't even know if you want to do this, but I guess you're supposed to. You can put the pterodactyl back here, and he can just ride. But I don't know. I don't like doing that. It's got the two tabs on each side. I don't know if you can see those. And basically, they just fit in right here on each side of the Mastodon's feet. And yeah, that's basically the Dinozord tank mode. And he would blast a bunch of lasers and try to blow up the monster. And for the first episode or two, that was enough. But after a while, Rita Repulsa got smart and started sending in some real monsters. So they had to kick it up a notch. And this is where the real Megazord came in. Basically, all the 5 Rangers would power up their little crystals, and the Megazord would transform. So to do that, you want to take off the Mastodon shield and put that aside. Take off the cannons for a minute. Take off Pansy Zord. Go ahead and clip the tail in. You're going to want to push the little black buttons and get the legs back down. I can do that. And basically, the Megazord would just rise up, if I can do that. And let me get it so you can actually see it. And once you have the Zord standing up, you just want to rotate the hands out and back. You want to pull down the chest plate and fold the Tyrannosaurus head in. And then Pterodactyl comes flying in. You want to put the head back, fold the wings in, and it clips on snugly to his chest, if I can do this. Yep. Alright, and finally, the Megazord's horns come out and the eyes flash, and it's time to beat the piss out of a bad guy and make him cry. Just like every other episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And you just want to clip the cannons in the back. Another thing is make sure it has the cannons. I see a lot of those without them on eBay. And yeah, it was never used in the show, but you can use that as a shield if you want. I do. And when things got really bad, or they were just wrapping up an episode, the Power Sword would kind of fling in. Sometimes it would land in the ground. Sometimes it would land right in his hand. Who knows? But yeah, there's the Mighty Morphin Megazord in all his glory. This is what started the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers craze. It's a pretty cool Zord. It's definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite. I see this guy on eBay a lot. He really isn't that bad. This guy's what started it all. He is pretty fantastic toy for back in the early 90s. I'd give him probably a 8 out of 10, maybe 8.5. He's good, but he's not quite excellent. I don't know. It's your opinion, I guess. Get him if you are a fan. If for whatever reason you don't like him, don't get him, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, in the next couple of reviews, I'll bring out Dragonzord and Titanus and their combinations with Megazord. Alright, thanks for watching, and subscribe, like if you liked it. Give me any constructive criticism you have. This is my first video ever. And yeah, thanks for watching, and have a good one.